And in the background, we're listening to The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, which is an older song. But our next guest, I saw it. A buddy of mine, like I said, sent me this. It's on. He put it on X, Twitter, right? And I saw it there. I'm like, I got to get this guy on. I didn't know how to do it. So then I saw. So he's a podcaster, and he works with Dave the sports book consigliere, Dave Sherapan on Cast Considerations. He's a host, podcaster, producer, does it all. Let's welcome into the locker room, Dan Alexander. Good morning, Dan.
What's up, boys? How we doing this morning?
All right, man. I hear you're a big Eagles fan, but you're living on the West Coast right now, so yeah, you gotta go hide after the season we had.
Dude, yeah, that's exactly. And I see you guys are going through all the snow. Like that. I don't miss any of that.
What are you in Redondo Beach?
Yeah. Got the beach right over my shoulder there. So it's a little rainy though. It's a little cold here, Billy. We're dealing with like 55 here, so it's a little it's a little cold.
Oh, I'm
Philly
sorry.
Blood came out real quick.
Little jealous, Dan. Little jealous.
Yeah.
All right, Dan. You actually work with the sportsbook consigliere on Cash Considerations. I can't believe when I was reaching out to him, like I looked on your profile. I'm like, holy crow, you know the book.
Yeah, it's a small world indeed, and how everybody meets the man Consig. I mean, you guys know he comes on here, incredible guest. He's just like a Twitter celebrity.
Yeah, he is.
Twitter, whether you call it X, you're probably following or know somebody who's following the Consig. It's like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but it's 6 degrees of who follows our man Consig. So, crazy small world. It got me pumped up when you reached out to me. I've heard your show from driving around in the Philly area, so it's good to be on with you guys.
So, Dan, I got to tell you, man, very creative. This song, so Dave, my co-host, Dave Clemick, he's a former Kansas City Chiefs. He wrote a poem around. What was the name of the poem again?
'Twas the night before football.
And it was really good. But when I heard your song, I said, because Dave performed it right around Christmas time, everybody loved it. Then I saw your song, and I'm like, oh, my God. I remember I asked you, I said, has anybody reached out to you, like news stations or people in Philadelphia, to get you to perform this? And you said no.
Yeah, you were the first to reach out, although I will say it might be because I don't have like a catchy nickname like Clement M. The second I heard that coming out, I was like, man, I hope I can possibly get a nickname that even rivals that. I was like, he's got a Slim Shady vibe as well.
Yeah,
It's got the blonde hair, Dan. The blonde hair gives it away.
Will the real Clement M please?
All right, hey Dan, how long you been playing guitar?
I taught myself guitar in like
Really?
6th grade,
Wow.
and I've been playing ever since. So I don't call myself, like a shredder. Like I'm not gonna be the lead guitarist in any band. I refer to the way that I play guitar like campfire guitarist. Like I can play chords, I can keep a beat, but I'm not gonna be blowing anybody's head away with any face melting solos. Right?
Well, you're gonna blow our audience away because you're gonna perform this song, "The Wreck of the Philadelphia Eagles," right here live in the locker room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN. I know there were some areas you had to clean up. I hope you did that. But
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Very creative. One other question before you do this: how long did it take you to write this song?
True. So this was a product of a little bit of extra time. So boredom and sports pain. It's just a deadly combination. So this honestly, it was probably like a half an hour. I always loved, like classic rock. Like my parents raised me right. So I was a big fan. So always loved like Gordon Lightfoot stuff. And then the lyrics started coming to me. I was thinking of it like the wreck of Nick Sirianni.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're on air right now and they're probably still in that stupid meeting. So I was like, maybe don't just talk about Nick. Maybe talk about how the whole season went wrong. So only took about a half hour, recorded it in one take. So we're ready to rock.
All right, well, we hope you get some traction from doing this here live in the locker with Billy Schweim. Without any further ado, here's Dan Alexander with "The Wreck of the Philadelphia Eagles."
Here we go, boys. The blame rages on from Jeff Lurie on down to the weasel they call Howie Roseman. From a strong 10-1 to forgetting how to run when the Niners came and kicked your teeth in. With a load of bad plays and a captain named Slade, stood a defense that always came empty. The fans jeered and sneered, they threw popcorn through the air as the season it ended quite early.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts was the pride of the offensive side till the tush push was stuffed in our arsenal. Yeah, as play calling goes, ours was crappier than most, with a head coach who never adjusted. Yeah, how about we run the same junk, though we stink like a skunk. We can't score more than Cardinals or Giants. Let's run another screen with no blocking in the seam and ignore our beast 1,000-yard army.
Yeah.
Thank God it's all done. What an embarrassing run for the diehards and even newcomers. Yeah, what a punk way to go. Gotta feel for Kelsey, though. You know, the goat who dressed up like a mummer. We're expecting some change in the coming days. Yeah, old Nicky's days, they might be numbered. But you better take with you Desai and that rocket science guy, and the OC will never remember. Yeah, we'll all look back and ask when it all went to crap, with a sadness deep inside of our souls. Even though it hurts now, we got memories in this town forever of Nicholas Foles. Even though it hurts now, we got memories in this town forever thanks to old Nick Foles.
Oh, absolutely phenomenal. I love it.
What?
Oh, does that not encapsulate everything about this whole season in a song?
For those who don't know, that song actually is about a shipwreck.
Yeah,
So like,
the ship sunk.
That's why he used that.
Oh, Stan,
Damn,
amazing.
That's amazing, dude. I've already got a bunch of text messages saying not only is he good, he's got a good voice, he's handsome.
Well, you know, sometimes you just hit that genetic lottery. So parents for that one.
All right, so what's your gut feeling, Dan? You think the Eagles are going to dismiss Nick Sirianni? Do you think the side's gone? Do you think they're going to shake Brian Johnson? I mean, this guy's got what, 4 interviews as become a head coach. He can't even run an offense.
It's impressive how the NFL just decides, hey, let's get these guys hired. It blows my mind. But honestly, the more that I've gotten further away from that debacle that was Monday, which, by the way, guys, doesn't that feel like it was like a month ago?
Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely.
I started falling asleep, Dan, during that game.
Yeah. So now that I've gotten further away from it, I don't want Sirianni back. I was never really a Sirianni guy. I don't really know what he brings to the table. You know, ever since he did that whole screaming at the Chiefs in the tunnel and everything, like, I feel like the players saw that and they were like, bro, our head coach is cringy. Cringy. So, like, I think they are going to bring him back. I think he probably came with, like, a 10-point plan. And here's the thing is probably Howie Roseman was telling him, hey, here's what you got to tell Lori if you want to keep your job,
right,
because this wouldn't look very favorable on Howie Roseman if it's another head coach that he has to churn through after they make the Super Bowl and they can't really find that sustained success. So I honestly think Sirianni, they're probably going to bring him back. And I think it's just an overhaul of the coordinators. If it was my dream situation, if you could find a way, like do the old Jimmy Johnson where you pay him head coach money to be a defensive coordinator, we need Mike Vrabel in this building.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean, he's got that. He played in the league. He's got that tough. He looks like a tough guy. You know what I mean?
Well, and think about, so how many times did you see the Titans who, just such a dearth of talent on that team, and he would get the most out of them, especially during his tenure. They're the best home underdog in the league, not only at covering the spread, winning those games outright. So having something that kind of taps into this Philadelphia underdog mindset and just being able to get the most out of your players, I would just love having him heading up a defense, because I think there is still some talent there. We just need some linebackers who could play, not in the CFL. Like, we were rocking with CFL, USFL level linebackers this year. So I think that was part of the huge issue that we had. But I think even if we could just get a guy like him, that would be my dream situation. I don't know where you guys are.
We're talking with Dan Alexander. You can follow him on X at Newbie Talks. And, of course, you can follow him on Cash Considerations with the Sportsbook Consigliere, Dave Sherapan. Dan, I got to tell you, man, was that outstanding, Dave, Nick? That was phenomenal. And how many views do you have on Twitter or X?
Last I looked, man, it got some legs. I think it was up over like 225,000, something like that. So people enjoyed it, man.
We're gonna cut what you just did. It's gonna be on my website. And, of course, we upload the podcast. You can check us out there at the Locker Room 973. And, Dan, we really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, and we'll have you on again.
Appreciate you guys. This was awesome. I guess I got to get writing on my next song.
Yeah. Maybe some on the Flyers. Me and Clement M.
I was saying we should collabo. I'll do the little rap for you in the middle of it. You know when you do your instrumental like riff right there, I'll just jump in right there, give you like two bars.
We got a collab album in the making right here.
Hey, they got nothing on Kelsey and Jordan Mailata, right? Their Christmas album.
Yeah, we'll top that. We'll top the charts.
All right, Dan. Thank you so much, brother, and we look forward. I hope this really picks up for you. That's an outstanding song. Absolutely phenomenal job, and we'll have you on again.
Appreciate you guys. Let's go Flyers. Let's go Sixers, boys.
All right, there he is. There's Dan Alexander on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline.